Being within a check, I'm now at the orders screen. And so within here, I can now go about ordering an item. So for example, you'll see that I have a grid right here. This grid represents the order page grid. Each one of these is an order page. And by selecting on any one of them, they will change the contents that show up above. Now the contents that show up above, this is referred to as the product grid. Each one of these is a menu item or a product. And within here, I can select on any one of these to apply it to the check. So for example, if I chose French toast, you'll see now that French toast shows up on the check here. A quantity of 1 French toast and its associated price as well. If I wanted to choose another one, I could say, for example, egg, any style. And on choosing that, I now have 1 egg, any style, and its associated price as well. I also have this grid in the middle, which shows food extras and commands. Now, in choosing this, for example, this will now offer me some other selections. These are modifiers, or referred to as options within PixelPoint. And so within this, for example, if I wanted with my egg any style, let's say add bacon, then I can select on this modifier, and the add bacon will then be added to this check as well. Actually, it will be tagged and applied to that egg any style. It's a modifier of that given item. Coming back to the order pages, you'll notice that when I select on breakfast, for example, there's a little icon that shows up here. It's an up and down selection. This allows you to scroll down to additional ones that don't show up on the screen. I may have so many selections on here that I can't fit them all on the screen. So by selecting on breakfast again, it will then move on down to the next screen and show me the additional items. I can scroll back and forth between them. Now, as I choose these things, you'll notice that in this box down below here, I have net total, tax 1, and final total. So basically, the amount of the check will accumulate itself as items are selected. So I choose chicken tenders, for example, and there's a price for that, and the price will go up accordingly. And as I order additional ones, they accumulate. Now also notice up in the check details section here, my quantity is also changed on this. As I continue to order chicken tenders in this case, then the quantity will increase. Another way I can do it as well is use the quantity button. So for example, let's say I have the fish sandwich and I want to order a quantity of those. I will go down to the @1 sign and I'm presented with the keypad. Now in this, if the quantity is 9 or less, then I can just choose on the button and it will advance on taking that value. If I need to use multiple keystrokes, then I can use the greater than 9 button. Now what this will do then is allow me to put in multiple keystrokes. So for example, I'm going to put in 10 and I'll select on OK. Now it shows up as @10, and from here now I can choose the fish sandwich. You'll notice now that it shows up in a quantity of 10 and priced accordingly. If I want to remove any one of those, I made a mistake, for example, I only wanted 9, then I can select on void item. So with this highlighted, I can select on void item and it knocks it down to a value of 9, 8, 7, and so on. I can also use the quantity button for that as well. So for example, let's say I was to choose 5. And now from here, I'll choose void. 7 minus 5 is 2, and so now I'm down to a quantity of 2 fish sandwiches. The quantity button can also be used for fractional ordering as well. So for example, I use greater than 9 and I put in 1.5. So now I have a quantity of 1.5, and now from this I'm going to choose, for example, the hot dog. So there's my quantity of 1.5 hot dogs priced accordingly. Now that I've placed my order, now if I want to send this off, let's say to the kitchen, for example, there's 2 ways I can do it. One, I can log out by selecting the Pixel logo. Now this will take me to the login screen, and then I can walk away and go do the rest of my duties and open up the station for the next person to come along and log in and place their orders. Or what I can do is I can select on Leave Table. Now in selecting Leave Table, it will now bring me back to the table screen. And from here now, I can select on another table, another check, and I can continue to work on the point of sale system. And when I'm done, again, I can send it off, come back to this screen, or I can log out.